Hello, everybody. It is new to being a otaku, and welcome to the fifth episode of Otaku Talk. And today, my guest is
Yokurama.
yes. And with that, let's just go straight into the interview. So, my first question, I guess that I should really ask is: take me through a day inside your life. What do you normally do?
Well, it's different depending on the seasons, but to give you an example at the moment, it's summer. I haven't been releasing as much videos. I've been just out. I've been camping, going to trips, but I do always have like YouTube in the back of my mind, always like thinking of something to do, what to say about an anime I'm about to finish, and it's YouTube is definitely like it's half of my job, I guess, because I work as a painter as well. I paint houses,
Oh,
so
cool.
my life is all over the place actually. So
I know what you mean because you were saying YouTube is always in the back of your mind. Like whenever I watch an anime, because see, I pick it out and I say, okay, this one I'm gonna watch for a review purpose, and then some I just watch and I'll review it later. But I always try and think, okay, I can mention this when I do the review and stuff like that. So I understand what you mean by that.
yep.
Okay.
But I tend to
Oh,
actually review at the moment, like for the past like 6 months or something. I've actually been reviewing every anime I've completed, so it's pretty crazy.
oh wow. All right. Okay. So what do you normally do to make a video? You know, step by step. You know, the whole procedure. What do you do?
Okay, I rarely script something. If I ever script something, it's maybe like a couple of like points that I just don't want to forget, but I usually just like do it all off the top of my head and then goes into the editing process where I pretty much put the bits and pieces together, add all the pictures, do a little bit of research on the characters if I need to do some more background research and just kind of put everything together in the editing process, which takes me sometimes quite a bit of time depending on the kind of video I'm doing. When I'm doing an anime review, it takes me maybe about like an hour to 2 hours. When I'm doing something like a seasonal, like pre-season thoughts or a first impressions vid, which tend to last from like 15 to 20, 30 minutes, those can take like a day to do. So that's pretty much the whole process. It's just recording off the top of my head and just the editing. That's it.
Honestly, I have to shake your hand for that because to make a video, it takes me literally 3 days. I have a whole plan out for it. I write the script, and yes, I actually write a script. And also, congratulations because you can do something without writing a script. Because if I ever try to just make a video without, saying, okay, this is what I'm going to say, I babble on, and it gets really sucky. So that's actually a really, really, like, good talent right there.
The thing is, some people can pull off scripts. They can write a script and sound natural in a video. If I write a script, I'm gonna sound like a robot. I'm just gonna be like, "Hey guys, Yokurama here. I'm reviewing this. Oh, this happened. Yay!" I'm just gonna sound like a robot. That's why like I used to not edit my videos. I just do them in one take, and I used
Oh
to
my
mess up so
god.
much. And I didn't script those either. But ever since I started editing my videos, they become so much better because I could just remove the stuff because I never script anything. So I have to like kind of remove the bits and pieces that aren't needed there where I mess up or something or just like kind of like space out trying to remember what I have to say. So having like a good editing program, which I use Final Cut Pro X on my iMac, and it's like heaven, ever since I switched to it. So that's good stuff. Never really been scripting. That's not my thing.
Well, editing is your best friend. I mean, I will say that if I didn't edit the videos that I made, I would look like a complete fool, but I already do that, so.
Yeah, it was pretty much like a New Year's resolution. Like the last year from like 2011, I edited maybe like 15% of my videos. But this year, in the beginning of the year, I'm just like, no, I'm getting this program. I'm editing. I'm going, all in, all in. And I've been putting so much time and effort into my videos compared to before. One takes is the easiest thing. Just record the video and upload it. It takes like 10 minutes tops. But editing takes a lot of effort, a lot of time, and made a goal and kind of been keeping that. And like 100% of my videos of this year have all been edited, and very happy with that. And definitely, I'm getting a way better response than than last year.
Well, I have to congratulate you on making a New Year's resolution and actually following through. That's something cool.
Yeah, I'm not
Uh,
following through all of them though. There's a couple I'm totally missing out.
Okay, so moving on to the next question. What was the first anime that you ever watched, and how old were you when you watched it?
That is a very like difficult question to answer because there's animes that all of us watched when we were kids. We did not know it's anime. For me, it's like Pokemon. I used to watch when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old. I think I had the Caterpie, one of the first episodes on VHS, and I've watched that so many times. It's crazy. But those I didn't know that was anime. I just watched it for the heck of it because I was a kid and it was a cool cartoon. But my first real anime that I started figuring out was probably Yu Yu Hakusho when Toonami started and all that kind of stuff, and definitely DBZ is also up there. I think I started them around the same time, maybe DBZ a little bit earlier, but I still did not know it was anime. But Yu Yu Hakusho, I just actually figured out it was anime. I had actually some buddies that knew about anime when I was younger, so it was kind of a help them, filling me in on some things. But I took long breaks when I was a kid. I really, really got into anime probably after I started Naruto. That's probably when I really got into anime. I've maybe seen about 15 anime prior to Naruto, and ever since I started Naruto, I've seen about 400. So it's
Oh wow, that is a gigantic
there's
number.
there's a huge gap ever since I started Naruto, because Naruto really ignited my passion in anime. Before I was just rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho. I had single DVDs, I had VHSs of Hakusho, and I just rewatched that. That's still my favorite anime to this day. I've seen it dozens of times, throughout, and there's episodes that I've seen 20, 30 times. So that's definitely going to be anime that's always going to be top one. That's why a lot of people ask me, do a top 5, top 10. It's really hard for me to do that because only Yu Yu Hakusho is the only anime that's stuck in my top, and the others just keep just shuffling around because of all these anime I watch. So it's pretty crazy.
Wow. Well, okay then. So moving on to another question. Do you have a favorite manga series?
It would probably have to be Berserk, actually. That's a pretty hectic, crazy, bloody series, though, and I'm not really the biggest fan of blood and gore when it comes to anime and manga, but Berserk just has something that I don't even know what it is, but it's something that really catches my interest, and that's really all I have to say about a favorite manga. There's other mangas I read. Ever since I got my iPad, I started reading a lot more manga because it's a lot more accessible when I'm out, when I'm doing something, when I'm gone for a few days from my house and I'm away from a computer, because I kind of hate reading on the computer. I have a bunch of manga books actually. I have a couple hundred of them, but after you finish them, you finish them. I'm not just gonna read the same ones. So yeah.
I see what you mean about how reading manga on your iPad, because I have one, and I don't really read it that much on the iPad. I'm one of those guys where it's if I read it on the iPad, then I don't have a physical copy. I don't have anything to add to my. I feel as if a physical copy is so necessary. It really isn't. That's just the way I feel about it.
No, I understand what you mean. I still to this day, even books I've read on the iPad, I buy in physical copy as well.
Oh,
It's I like having the physical copy, but I'm not gonna take if I go on a trip, I'm not gonna take 10 books with me. So iPad is way better. I just I go on the plane, have the iPad, read right on the iPad, instead of pulling out a whole bag of books.
got a gigantic bag with 100 books and one shirt and one pair of
That'd be
pants.
very
Okay,
heavy to
okay,
carry.
ready to go.
That'd be very heavy.
Yeah. Do you have a manga series that you prefer over the anime or the other way around?
Well, there's most cases that the manga is actually better, but I don't read nearly as much manga as I watch anime. I might have read through and completed about 25 manga series compared to I said around 400 anime. So there's a huge gap between but in most cases, the manga that I have read that have an anime adaptation, I prefer the manga of, Berserk, for example. That continues the story. That doesn't censor anything. Berserk is crazy. When it comes to Naruto, I prefer most of the time Naruto manga. One Piece is hard. One Piece I probably prefer them the same. Hunter x Hunter, all these. It's really difficult to say because I haven't really read as much manga as I watch anime, but there's definitely more manga that I like more manga than the anime. I don't know. It's kind of confusing or not, but that's really that's really it.
Okay, so moving out of the whole anime and manga section, I'm gonna ask you: are there any TV shows or movies that you like to watch?
At the moment, I'm watching mainly old series. I do watch, Game of Thrones. There's a couple other series I kind of like tend to watch on and off, but not really into. Game of Thrones is kind of like the only like new series that I'm actually into, and I'm like looking forward to season 3 and all that kind of stuff. But I tend to watch older sci-fi series like Stargate, SG-1, Atlantis. Those are like my favorite series ever. I've seen them so many times, especially SG-1. At the moment, I'm watching Battlestar Galactica. I'm watching the original Star Trek. So I'm all the way into sci-fi when it comes to actual TV series. Not that much into other stuff other than Game of Thrones, like I said. I watch some comedies as well, like How I Met Your Mother and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, see, I don't really watch that much TV in general, and I've stated this before that I barely actually watch TV. I just watch anime and go on YouTube, and that's pretty much my life.
Well, I don't actually watch this stuff on TV. I watch it on Netflix or,
Oh,
like,
Netflix for the win.
yeah, Netflix is awesome. Like TV
Yes,
shows. For movies, it's not the best thing, but for anime
I
and
will say
TV
that.
shows, it's amazing.
We're totally not getting paid for this. Netflix.com/Yokurama.
But we should.
When you're not making videos, what do you like to do with your free time, like a hobby or something?
Video games is definitely up top. Actually, League of Legends should be another sub hobby for me as well because like I play video games, but I play League of Legends more than I play other video games. I don't know if you know what League of Legends is.
I've
Uh,
heard of it a lot. I never really went into it because I'm not really a big PC gamer.
Yeah, I'm totally PC gamer. I haven't played a console game like actually like played through a console game in like 2 years now. Ever since I built my gaming PC,
Oh
which
wow, that's hardcore.
I switched completely to PC, Steam, and I couldn't care less about my PlayStation 3 or anything else like that. So yeah, gaming is definitely a big portion. I play with I have like a team with a couple of buddies of mine, like local team of League of Legends, and we play some tournaments once in a while. So it's some good stuff. Um, Other stuff, I do go a lot of do a lot of jogging. I guess you can say that as a hobby since I do spend some time every week doing that. Play basketball. Um, editing is just a hobby on its own. I like editing. I edit other things, not just YouTube videos. There's just like other video projects that my friends do. I also help them out with that because I do have a little bit of experience with that, with the whole YouTube channel. Yeah,
Eh,
that's about it when it comes to really like hobbies that I actually do on a regular basis.
Well, editing is fun, but it's fun if you're doing a certain type of video. Like, it used to be fun to edit my videos, and now it just seems more like, oh, I have to do this. But, like, I made a When I'm video, which was just a really stupid joke, but that was really fun to make. So, certain videos, like visual projects, that's actually a really fun thing to do. And also, you guys heard it, he doesn't care about his PS3. If you want to win Yokorama's PS3, put a comment down in the
It's a
comment
very
section
old
below.
one though. I have like the 40 gigabyte, like the fat version. It's old.
Okay.
I do have a ton of games though. I think I have like 60 games.
Oh my god, wow. That
Before
is...
I was a big PS3. Like that was like my main console. I had a 360 at one point, but I kind of like it got Red Ring of Death, and I'm like, screw this. I switched completely to PlayStation 3. But after I got PC, I'm like, screw PlayStation 3. It's like I completely betrayed it.
So you are very fickle when it comes to gaming consoles.
Yeah.
Okay, a good answer you gave me was about the video games, because it leads me into my next question. Are there any video games that you're looking forward to coming out this year?
Borderlands 2. That's like my main game. I cannot wait for it. I'm probably going to pre-order it in the next few days. That game is going to be so awesome. I loved Borderlands 1. I played through co-op with a buddy of mine. I played single player. Man, all the guns, man. That's probably the best part. Every 5 minutes you find a new gun. That's amazing. That's so awesome. So many new weapons, so much cool stuff. I totally love it. There's other games of course as well. But they're console games. They're like PS3 games, The Last of Us and a couple other games. Not really. I'm looking forward to them, but I'm not probably going to get them like launch date. I might get them really late. Like I'm a big fan of Uncharted. Uncharted 2 especially. I kind of didn't like Uncharted 1 as much, but Uncharted 2 I'm a big fan, and I wanted Uncharted 3 so bad, but since like I'm a PC gamer lately, it came out such a long time ago, and I still haven't picked it up. That's kind of how it is with the console games that will be coming out. Um, Another game, what other games? Dota 2. That's a PC game though. That's like a League of Legends type game, another MOBA style strategy game. And that's probably really it. Maybe Far Cry 3 as well. I've been kind of looking forward to after that Insanity trailer that we had like a couple of years ago at E3. But really, that's about it.
Okay, going back to what you said about Borderlands, I've been told by my friend about 5 million times to play Borderlands, and I'm actually thinking about doing it.
Dude,
So, I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to it for the fact of I need to play the first one, but people have been
you don't
so
need to play
excited
the
about
first
it.
You don't need to play the first one.
Really? I mean,
It's not going to be a sequel or anything. It's just like it's completely different characters. It's just the same type of
oh,
game.
all right.
But if you do have a chance to pick up Borderlands the first one under $10, like around $10, even more, I would if it was like still a new game. It's a pretty old game. It's like I think it's like 2009 or something.
Yeah, something
But
like
it's
that.
still I'd probably still pick it up for $20 or something like that. But if you can find it around $10, dude, definitely snatch it. Like that game is one of my favorites of all time.
I'm pretty sure the Game of the Year edition is like $15 on Amazon, so I might actually do that.
Yeah, that game is amazing. I got the Game of the Year edition for $7.50 on the Steam sale a couple of years ago. So
They were doing something like that recently. I think it was $8 for all of the DLC, which is the Game of the Year edition and the game, and they did it I think like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
yeah, there was a huge summer Steam sale. I've spent so much money. I bought like all the Batman games. I bought Alan Wake and the DLCs and all that stuff. I bought all the Prince of Persia games. I spent so much money on that stuff actually. Been playing through a lot of those games actually.
Okay, moving on to my next question. Do you have a favorite game from your childhood?
Donkey Kong Country for Super Nintendo, all the way.
Donkey Kong
But
Country is a fun game, but I mean it's really good, but it's like very challenging. There's a certain point where I just because I've played through it so many times, and at that certain point of the game, I'm just like I can't do this anymore. This is too too
yeah,
challenging.
I've beat the first one over 100 times in my life. Like that's like no over exaggeration.
You
Probably
take
even more.
everything to extreme, man. Like
Like
wow,
Donkey
that's
Kong
just
Country it's my favorite game like of all time at the moment even. Like there's games I play it still to this day. Like I know all the cheats. I could probably beat the game in like under an hour. So I know all the shortcuts. I know all that stuff because I've been playing it for so long. And it's a game I have it on the Super Nintendo, but I also have it on my computer. So I could be just like chilling there on Skype with a buddy of mine, or doing something and want to take a break, and just like jump on and just like play a couple of worlds, in Donkey Kong. Really easy, really fun, just kind of like a relaxing game for me, and definitely brings back the most memories for me.
nostalgia.
Good stuff. Good stuff. But from recent games, it's definitely League of Legends. I played so much of League of Legends. It's insane. Can't even imagine, man.
Okay then. So a really big question here. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Hopefully, like it's really hard to say because I'm going to school and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully I'll be doing something in my profession. But at the same time, I don't want to stop doing YouTube. The YouTube is awesome. I do get paid for it. It's not like the biggest amount. I can't live off of it at the moment, but it's still awesome. It's definitely like a part-time job at the moment for me. And it's definitely like a dream job. If I could make full-time living off of YouTube, it's like a dream job, man. It's the best. Reviewing anime for a living, that's just awesome. So hopefully I'll still be doing YouTube if YouTube is still a thing, because sites tend to go under once in a while. No site has really stuck around since like the beginning, other than Google, but they branched out. So hopefully YouTube, maybe build my channel more, do my profession, probably be married by then. I'm 20 years old at the moment, so that's definitely achievable, and just live a life, live the dream life.
Well, good luck to you towards that. It's actually a very big possibility because you have, if you're really going to be doing that much within 10 years, definitely 10 years is definitely enough time to build up a really big YouTube channel, especially because you're already, a pretty decent size big. I
Yep.
mean, so that's actually very possible. Okay, now I just have one final question for you that I ask everyone. Have you ever heard of or have you ever watched My Little Pony Friendship is Magic?
I've actually, it's funny because I was doing a live blog TV stream and a couple of friends of mine are just like, you should watch My Little Pony live, and then like the whole chat is like, yeah, do it, do it. I'm like, I don't want to, It's like, and then they finally made me. And I watched the first 2 episodes live on blog TV, so. A lot of my subscribers seen my reaction to it, and it was surprisingly good. I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it, which I didn't think I was. I tried not to, but I was just like, oh, it's so cute.
Have you ever watched any more beyond that?
Nah, I haven't watched any more. Every time I have Blog TV, there's always somebody like, hey, you should continue My Little Pony. I'm like, come on, man. But it's definitely like it's a good series. I could see myself like really getting into it if I wasn't watching the amount of anime I'm watching at the moment. I'm watching like 60 shows like at the same time, so I can't do another show. But
okay. I just need to say this. I need to address this. You have the most like amazing mindset in the world to watch 60 animes at the same time, play the amount of games that you do, and make videos. I have to say, sir, you are freaking amazing.
oh man, I don't know how I do it. There's definitely times when I fall behind on anime, but then there's like a day when I'm just like I'm going into full like anime marathon mode. I watch like 40 episodes in one day.
I know what
like,
you
yeah,
mean.
I'm
Like,
good.
wait, 40 episodes in one day? That's impossible, because there's only 24 hours in the day. That's
40 episodes? That's easy, man.
Well, if you're
I've done that multiple times. I watched Monster in 2 days. Monster's a 74 episode anime. I watched that in 2 days. The first day I watched like 30 episodes, and the second day I watched a little over 40.
I think the most I ever did was I think I watched like 25 or 30 episodes of Sergeant Frog, and that was just because I did everything that I had to do to make special time to watch it.
But yeah, it's cool. Like it definitely helps out that like half my job is YouTube, so I could kind of like make an excuse that I'm watching this anime for my job.
That's what I do
It's like
all
my mom
the
comes into
time.
my room like, stop watching these cartoons. I'm doing it for my job.
Okay, see, because like I want my future to be inside journalism. If my brother ever calls me, so I'm like, this is for my future, all right? Do you want my dreams to be ruined? So
Yeah, I got a good excuse.
yeah, I definitely use that as an excuse all the time. Going back to one thing, because this is a question I need to ask. In the show My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, they have something on like their hip, kind of. I had a actually mistake while saying this earlier, but it's called their cutie mark, which is their logo. If you were a pony, what do you think your logo would be, or your cutie mark? Pick wisely, because it's something that will describe you.
Question. That's a hard question. Okay, a cutie mark. How big is the cutie mark?
It takes up a decent size of your leg, or like it's more on your hip. It's more on your hip. I'll say that.
You watch One Piece?
I've been trying to make time to watch that, but they're up to like what now?
Well,
like,
you've seen the characters, right?
I know Luffy. That's basically it. I've been really wanting to get into it, and I haven't yet.
All right, but the One Piece fans of your channel will understand. But I'd have like Hancock hugging my leg with like her snakes also like twirling my leg. That's my cutie mark.
I don't think it goes onto your leg, so that would look kind of weird. It's like on your hip. It's
right. It's right. It goes on my leg.
Okay. So you're like the most crazy.
I got like a mega cutie mark,
You got one so big it takes up your wow, and that is your special talent. You have someone hugging you.
That's some good stuff. Hey, it's alright,
For the longest time, I was thinking, oh yeah, if I would have one, it would be like the peace sign, because that's like my whole thing, because that's like, it's basically like a whole, anime thing, like that's a stereotypical anime thing, a really happy face with a peace sign, but then I realized they don't have fingers.
Ah.
It's like that was my thing for the
I
whole
tend to do
time.
peace as well in my videos. You know, with
Okay.
the whole like Yokurama here and baby I'm out. Peace. And that stuck around. That was a rap video I did with a couple of people. I did that with for Neverworld and the phone. I did that rap video, and like that
You
was
have to
like my
send me the
ending
link.
line of my lines of my rap, and like it stuck around with me for like 2 years now.
You definitely need to send me that link.
Yeah, it's somewhere on my channel.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us. This was really, really great. Just, thank you, man, so much. But this has been New to Being a Otaku, and
Yokurama here, and baby I'm out.
yes. So, that's all for now. So, Otaku out.